Coronation Street spoilers. Ryan's acid attack begins. Faye is tempted by Jackson. On Coronation Street next week, Ryan faces the ordeal of a skin graft after receiving an upsetting medical update. Roy, meanwhile, fears he has health problems of his own after he starts to experience chest pains. Plus Faye is caught between the two men in her life and Paul attempts to hide his worries. It's your guide to all the Coronation Street spoilers for the 17th to the 21st of April 2023. As Justin pleads not guilty at his hearing, Daisy calls at the hospital to break the news to Ryan, who's scared at the prospect of reliving his ordeal in court. When Ally then goes on to assure Ryan that she'll be by his side. He admits that he loves her. But how will Ally react? Later in the week, there's more bad news for Ryan, who's told by the surgeon that he's not healing as well as they'd hoped and will now require a skin graft. When Carla and Daisy then visit his room, they find him missing and his backpack gone. But after a search party is organized, he's finally tracked down at the tram station. Thankfully, the skin graft subsequently proves to be successful, but Daisy can't bring herself to tell Ryan that Crystal now wants nothing more to do with him. Evelyn persuades Roy to accompany her to salsa class, but the lesson doesn't go as planned. No sooner has the dancing got underway than Roy hurries out, clutching his chest and admitting that he doesn't feel well. Later on, Evelyn chides Roy for abandoning her, but he won't elaborate further and instead books an appointment with Dr. Gaddis. Once in the company of the GP, Roy explains that he's been suffering chest pains and breathlessness. Dr. Gaddis's course of action is to then arrange for some tests, while Evelyn insists that she accompany Roy to the hospital. Faye and Jackson arrange to meet in town for a drink after his interview. But ahead of the rendezvous, Faye lies to Craig and tells him that she's having a catch-up with a girlfriend. Viewers can then expect Faye to be left torn when Jackson asks her to move down south with him. And her dilemma is then compounded when a small crowd gathers in the Victoria Street garden where Craig gets down on one knee, declares his undying love and proposes to Faye. Will she say yes? Billy suggests that he book a holiday and Paul does his best to appear enthusiastic. But later on, he takes a call from his MND specialist and tries to find out either way whether he has motor neurone disease. When Billy then returns home unexpectedly, Paul quickly ends the call. When will he finally get the answers he needs? On the day that Stu learns that he could be about to receive £200,000 in compensation. He also discovers that Eliza is being bullied at school because her mum is in prison. After meeting with the head teacher, Stu decides to arrange an interview for Eliza at Oak Hill. But Eliza isn't keen and, after a chat with Sam about Weatherfield High, it's decided that Stu will call there instead.